Okay, in this tip, we're going to cover how to manage appointments, specifically, not how to add appointments, things like that. That's in the other video, but this is more once you've added an appointment to the system. What do you do now? How do you manage it? How do you view the details, so on and so forth? And so these options are going to be available from the default, calendar bird's eye view of all your jobs. It's also going to be available from the week view and the day view as well when you click to manage an appointment. So looking at the month view, for example, on this day, it's showing that we have one appointment, and that appointment also happens to be a mobile appointment. Now, other days, there's going to be appointments that don't have mobile jobs, for example, and from there, you'll see different options depending on if it's mobile or not. So we'll start with a mobile job, and we'll click the day, and at the top here, we're going to see, okay, this is how close we are to our daily goal, for example. This little icon shows us that it's a mobile job, it's on the road, and it tells us the time, and it also tells us the service, and then the title of the job. This could say anything. It could be, Tony's car cleaning, or it could be gotta clean my cousin's car, or this could be a customer dealer job with 15 vehicles for ceramic coating. It could be all kinds of things. You can write whatever you want as the title. That's going to show up there so you can help differentiate jobs quickly with your own internal reference. Some places even just they put like a code of what the package was. They'll say like Platinum SK22, and that's what goes there. That's how they reference their packages. So very flexible. So once you pull up the daily list, there's going to be a bunch of boxes here. You can click them, and it's going to pop up now, and it's going to show you information specific to that job. At the bottom, we have our action items, and then over here, we have our main information. So first thing, it highlights this one as a mobile service, and then we have the duration. So it's going to tell you this, and this is based on information you've set once you create an appointment. How to create an appointment is covered in the other video. It shows you how to, fully create an appointment, how to manage them, so on and so forth. This is more how to manage events once they're in the calendar. So under that, then now we have the client's information. We have their phone number, we have their vehicle, we have the price, and we have the address for where the service is supposed to take place. And then from there, you can actually click this button and you can get directions and send an ETA to the customer. So if we're about to leave, for example, we can click that button and it's going to pull up this page, and it's going to show based on the location. Now in this case, if I change this here, because right now it's showing because I'm right next door. If I click this and I put in an address, calculate route. If I was further away from the customer's appointment, it's going to default my location, but because I'm right next door to this, that's what shows up. So I click calculate route. It's going to give me now directions to get there in case I'm unsure. You can also plug this address into your Google Maps and get turn by turn on your navigation and so on and so forth, but it is available in the system in case you need it. It's going to tell you the distance and the approximate travel time. Now, are you going there now? If you're going there now, you can simply click Notify Customer of ETA. That's going to send the customer a note saying, hey, I'm 11.8 kilometers away and I'll be there in approximately 18 minutes, right? It's even going to have your name if you're the technician on that job. It'll say, hey, John Doe's on his way. He's, 18 minutes away, so on and so forth, right? So that's a great tool. And that's accessible from, I'll go back here to the calendar view. It's accessible from the appointment details section, and it only shows up for mobile jobs because you only need the address for mobile jobs. So if it's not a mobile job and it's done at your shop, that button's not going to show up, and the address and this mobile service warning won't show up as well. Now below that we have intake forms. That's going to be covered in another video, but just to show you, if you click on new intake form, it's going to pull up the intake form and you can mark off any damage, you can put notes, you can also add on any upsells if there are some. Like I said, this is covered in the intake forms video, so be sure to check that one out if you're interested in using intake forms and having customers sign for damage and so on and so forth. So that'll be covered in that video. But now going back to our specific video here on the details, how to edit appointments. So then underneath the intake form button, you also have your notes. And so you can type in notes here. This is my note. And then simply leaving that box saves it automatically. You don't have to click save or anything like that. It's automatically saved. Underneath here we have a bunch of our action buttons, and then we also have one more action button here at the top, which is confirm appointment. So by default it's going to show up gray and say confirm appointment. If let's say I call the customer the night before and I confirm, Boom, I can click it. Now it's confirmed. That way, if let's say this guy, he's not at home when we're ringing the doorbell. Hey, he's not here, and then he shows up like 15 minutes later. I can be like, okay, like I didn't leave because it showed confirmed. I figured you were around the corner. But if it's unconfirmed, I might be like, oh, this guy's a no-show, or maybe he's coming to the shop and he's late. It's unconfirmed. I can be like, okay, you know what? He's probably not coming. We can mark it as a no-show, right? Now, customers also will receive an email if you have the option enabled under settings. Under settings, and then go down to, admin, then go to settings, then go to toggles. I'll show you that as well. So let me pull that up for you here. I'll just pull it up quick so you can see where that is. But here we'll go settings, and we'll wait for that to load. And then we'll scroll down here, toggles and options. That's all the way at the bottom. So down here, toggles and options. Under here, so automate appointment confirmations. If you have that set to yes, please, it's going to automatically email, and by default it is. But that's where you set it in case you turned it off and you forgot. It'll automatically email the customer and send a text message asking to confirm their appointment. And then if they confirm it on their own by a link that gets sent to them, this will show saying confirmed. So that's helpful to know that an appointment got confirmed and you didn't have to worry about it. So now on to the other action items. You also have the timer. Now that's covered in another video on job timers, and it essentially allows you to time a job, and that's where, because this one's been timed, it shows up here, job time underneath. If it hadn't been timed, that would be blank, and you'd have to start the timer by clicking that and then starting the timer. You can also mark a job complete. Clicking this will mark it complete, and it'll actually put a check mark up here, and it'll show it as complete. You can also one-click create an invoice from this, and it'll pre-populate the customer details. You can mark this as a no-show, so if the customer doesn't show up, if we hit no-show, you can see it updates to no-show there. Let's say you put no-show and then they show up later, you can go back and you can revert it. So you can click this and it'll remove the no-show. And if you do click no-show, it automatically adds it to their customer profile. So if you click their profile, it'll show another count for the no-show count. And then you can also edit the appointment, clicking this, and it'll bring you to the edit screen. I'll show you what that looks like here. So we click edit and it brings you here, and you can edit the full details that you would put in the system. And then the last option obviously is delete the appointment as well. You can delete them too. So now to show you what a non-mobile appointment looks like, here's a non-mobile appointment. So we click it, so that little road icon is gone, and we open it up, and this is a very simple, this is just basically a reminder. It's not even sent to a customer. That's why you don't see the intake form and all that kind of stuff. So if I go back though, let me go to a month where we put in a bunch of demo data. So here we are, we're back in January. There's lots of demonstration data we put here. So here, for example, 15 appointments and one of them is mobile. So it helps at a glance. You can see how many mobile appointments you have and how many in-shop appointments you have. It'll calculate the hours for that day, and it'll also calculate the price for that day as well. So if you click this, you can see it gives us a quick overview of here's the mobile job. These ones are completed. They have the check mark. These ones didn't show up, and then this one was deleted. And you can click any of them and you can open them up. Customer cancellation because of work, and you can read the details. So this one, no show, called customer and left a message. So that was the note that staff put in. This one finished, so this was a completed job. This one, another no show. So there's no notes on this one, so we can maybe follow up on this customer. The system automatically follows up on no shows already, which is pretty cool. And it'll say like, hey, sorry we missed you. Do you want to book an appointment? We know life gets busy, so on and so forth. So lots of great options here that you have available, and managing appointments could not be easier.